Welcome to the world of ogres, fearsome creatures of myth and legend, known for their immense size, brute strength, and terrifying nature. These monstrous beings have been a staple of folklore and fairy tales for centuries, captivating our imaginations with their formidable presence and the chilling tales that surround them. Join us as we unravel the mysteries of these iconic mythical beings and discover why they continue to fascinate and terrify us. For more detailed information, be sure to check out our Ogre page on our website. The link is in the description. Ogres are typically portrayed as large, imposing beings with a grotesque and fearsome appearance. They are often depicted with massive muscular bodies that tower over humans, emphasizing their brute strength and formidable presence. Their skin can range in color from a sickly green to a dark, earthy brown, often rough and warty, adding to their monstrous appearance. Ogres usually have coarse, unkempt hair, and their faces are marked by exaggerated brutish features such as large protruding jaws, sharp teeth, and glowing eyes. Their limbs are thick and powerful, capable of wielding large weapons or crushing obstacles with ease. Ogres are renowned for their superhuman strength, which allows them to perform feats of immense power, such as uprooting trees, shattering stones, and overpowering multiple opponents at once. This strength is often accompanied by a certain level of invulnerability, as ogres are said to be resistant to conventional weapons. In many tales, their tough hide and immense physical resilience make them difficult to injure or defeat through ordinary means. Additionally, some legends attribute magical abilities to ogres, such as shape-shifting into different forms to deceive their enemies or controlling the elements to create natural disasters. These supernatural powers further enhance their reputation as formidable and fearsome creatures. Despite their formidable strengths, ogres are not invincible. Folklore often highlights specific weaknesses that can be exploited to defeat them. One common vulnerability is their lack of intelligence and cunning. Ogres are frequently outwitted by clever heroes who use their wits to overcome brute force. Additionally, certain tales suggest that ogres can be harmed by enchanted weapons or objects imbued with magical properties. In some stories, ogres are susceptible to bright light or fire, which can drive them away or weaken their defenses. Understanding these weaknesses is key to overcoming these monstrous beings and restoring peace in the tales where they appear. The earliest known references to ogres can be traced back to ancient Greek and Roman myths, where monstrous giants and brutish beings often played significant roles. For instance, the Cyclopes of Greek mythology, one-eyed giants with immense strength, share many characteristics with the later concept of ogres. Similarly, the Roman poet Ovid mentioned ogres in his work Metamorphoses. In early European folklore, ogres began to take on a more defined form, often depicted as humanoid monsters with a voracious appetite for human flesh. Artifacts and carvings from the medieval period also depict these creatures, reinforcing their fearsome reputation in the collective imagination. Ogres appear in a variety of stories and legends across different cultures, often as antagonists or obstacles for heroes to overcome. In many tales, they interact with gods, heroes, and other mythical beings, sometimes as fearsome opponents, other times as monstrous beings to be outwitted. Notable stories include the French fairy tale Puss in Boots, where the cunning cat must defeat an ogre to secure his master's fortune. These stories often highlight the ogre's brute strength and fearsome nature, while also emphasizing the triumph of wit and bravery over monstrous power. In the cultures that created these myths, ogres often symbolize the dangers and unknowns of the wilderness, embodying the primal fears of the human psyche. They represented the physical and moral dangers that lay beyond the boundaries of the known world, lurking in the dark forests and remote mountains. Ogres also served as cautionary figures, teaching moral lessons about greed, gluttony, and the importance of intelligence and resourcefulness. By overcoming ogres, heroes reaffirmed societal values and demonstrated the triumph of human virtues over brute force and savagery. Ogres have left a lasting imprint on cultural artifacts and architecture across different civilizations. In medieval Europe, ogres were often depicted in illuminated manuscripts and church carvings, symbolizing the forces of evil and chaos that the faithful must resist. Gothic cathedrals sometimes feature grotesque stone carvings of ogre-like figures, serving both decorative and didactic purposes. Additionally, ceremonial artifacts, such as masks and totems, used in various rituals, often embody ogre-like features to ward off evil spirits or invoke protection. The depiction of ogres varies significantly across different cultures, reflecting local artistic styles and mythological themes. In European folklore, ogres are typically portrayed as hulking, brutish figures with a penchant for human flesh. They often possess exaggerated features, such as large noses and fangs, emphasizing their monstrous nature. In Scandinavian folklore, ogres often overlap with trolls, sharing similar traits of immense size, strength, and a predilection for living in caves or under bridges. In Japanese mythology, oni are demon-like creatures with ogre-like attributes. They are often depicted with horns, sharp claws, and wild hair, embodying both malevolent and protective spirits. Oni are frequently featured in Japanese art, literature, and festivals, where they play significant cultural roles. In Slavic folklore, creatures known as chorts share many characteristics with ogres. Chorts are often described as malevolent spirits or demons with a human-like form, but grotesque features, including horns and tails, and they embody chaos and evil. In the Philippines, the capre is a tall, dark, tree-dwelling, ogre-like creature known for its large size and smoking a large cigar. It is often used to frighten children into coming home before dark. These regional variations demonstrate how the concept of ogres has been adapted to fit the local environment and cultural context, resulting in a rich tapestry of mythological beings that share common roots yet remain distinct in their expressions. While ogres are primarily mythological creatures, there have been numerous reports and legends of ogre-like beings in various cultures, often tied to specific locations in historical periods. Here are a few notable sightings and tales. Medieval France has numerous tales of ogres, particularly in regions like Normandy and Brittany. In these stories, ogres were often said to inhabit remote forests and mountains, preying on unsuspecting travelers. The legend of Père Fouettard, an ogre-like figure who accompanied Saint Nicholas, emerged during this time. Père Fouettard was said to punish naughty children, reinforcing his fearsome reputation. The legend of Saint Bean, an infamous Scottish cannibal, has ogre-like qualities. According to folklore, Saint Bean and his family lived in a coastal cave in Galloway and were responsible for numerous murders and acts of cannibalism. This tale, although likely exaggerated, has elements that mirror traditional ogre myths, such as living in isolation and preying on humans. In 1823, a creature resembling an ogre was reportedly seen in the countryside near Leeds. Local farmers described it as a giant hairy man with a grotesque face who roamed the moors at night, attacking livestock and scaring villagers. This sighting was widely reported in local newspapers, though no concrete evidence was ever found. Oni sightings and tales continue to be a part of Japanese folklore, with many festivals celebrating these ogre-like demons. The Setsubun Festival, held annually in February, involves a traditional ceremony where people throw roasted soybeans to drive away Oni and bring good luck. Various regions in Japan claim to have historical encounters with Oni, often depicted in local legends and art. Reports of the capre, an ogre-like creature in Filipino folklore, have persisted into the modern era. In the 1960s, there were numerous reports from rural areas of Luzon Island about encounters with a tall, dark figure residing in large trees. Witnesses described the capre as smoking a large cigar and emitting a strong tobacco scent. These sightings are still part of local folklore and continue to be reported occasionally. If you find ogres fascinating, here are some similar creatures you can check out. Trolls are formidable beings from Scandinavian folklore, known for their immense size and brutish nature, much like ogres. Often depicted with grotesque features and immense strength, trolls are notorious for their hostility toward humans. They are commonly portrayed as living in caves or under bridges, lurking in the shadows and emerging to cause trouble for unsuspecting travelers. Trolls play significant roles in many Nordic myths and fairy tales, where they are often outwitted by clever heroes. You can even check out our Trolls 101 video. Oni are ogre-like demons from Japanese folklore, characterized by their fearsome appearance, often with horns, sharp claws, and wild hair. They are depicted in a variety of colors, commonly red or blue, and are known for their immense strength and terrifying demeanor. Oni are considered both malevolent and protective spirits, playing diverse roles in Japanese mythology. Giants appear in numerous mythologies worldwide, sharing similarities with ogres in their immense size and strength. In Greek mythology, the Titans are primordial giants who ruled before the Olympian gods, known for their enormous power. In Norse mythology, the Jotnar are a race of giants often in conflict with the gods of Asgard. These beings are typically depicted as both awe-inspiring and fearsome, embodying the raw power of nature and the cosmos. Cyclopes are one-eyed giants from Greek mythology, known for their incredible strength and association with blacksmithing and craftsmanship. The most famous Cyclopes are the three brothers, Brontes, Steropes, and Arges, who forged Zeus's thunderbolts. Cyclopes are often portrayed as savage and uncivilized beings, such as Polyphemus in Homer's Odyssey, who traps Odysseus and his men in his cave. So there you have it, the formidable and fascinating world of ogres. From their terrifying physical traits and supernatural abilities, to their rich historical background and cultural significance, ogres continue to captivate our imaginations. For more in-depth information and additional resources, be sure to check out our Ogre page on our website. The link is in the description. If you enjoyed this exploration into ogre lore, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mythical adventures. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.